What is good, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Pull-Up. As always, I am your host, Tony Ramsey, giving you a quick update on the latest news in the NBA. If you have not heard, about an hour or so ago, the Minnesota Timberwolves have finally decided to trade All-Star guard forward Jimmy Butler, moving him to the Philadelphia 76ers for Robert Covington and Saric. Also going into this deal is a second-round pick heading over to Minnesota and Justin Patton coming from the Wolves to the Sixers. My quick opinion on this deal, Philly, they got a little bit better with this one. Saric is a solid player. He played pretty well for them last year. He hits a couple threes a game, can rebound pretty solidly. But you have to take this chance to get an all-star caliber player like Jimmy Butler who can improve your team. This gives you one more shot creator that he can shoot the three a little bit, but Butler's main strength here is going to be his ability to get his own shot and also his veteran leadership, which he should provide to that Sixers locker room, as they are off to a pretty decent start this season. They were needing to be improved, and they did it in a pretty solid manner early in the season, so they have a lot of time for them to be able to gel together and figure out each other's tendencies on the court, who wants the ball where, and what have you. Minnesota had to make this move when they did. Butler was sitting out every other game anyway, and he was threatening to do that on a recurring basis without any notice to the team. So this is a move that just had to be made sooner rather than later to put themselves in a position to help their young players develop, because they are tied to Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins for the foreseeable future. But this gives them a lineup now. They have Derrick Rose at the point guard. He's playing pretty well, and they should be getting Jeff Teague back sometime soon. I now expect him to possibly be moved because Rose has been playing pretty well. He's been playing much more inspired now. He looks like he has some of his old explosive, at least off the dribble. He's not jumping like he used to, but he's playing a lot smarter than he did when he was younger. But a bigger question here is what's going to happen with Andrew Wiggins. Is he going to now start producing like he did 2 years ago when he was putting up over 20 points a game? But since Butler had been in town, he's been averaging close to around like 17 or 18 points per game, shooting the ball a lot less aggressive than he was in the past. Wiggins has all the tools to be a great player, just hasn't put it all together as yet. So we'll see it now that he has Butler out of the way, if he can go ahead and his confidence improves, he can play like up to his caliber that he's supposed to, or if he's going to continue to be passive now that Butler's gone and he doesn't have anything else to worry about. So a lot of things to watch for there in Minnesota. I think this does make the Sixers now the clear third or fourth best team in the East behind Toronto and Boston. Milwaukee's still in that same range as well, but I think this puts them almost on par with each other. They both have stars. Milwaukee's been playing lights out as well early in the season. They've been shooting the three extremely well, which was not expected, but they are still lacking a true point guard there that can take over the games and take some heat off of Giannis when he goes to the bench. Eric Bledsoe is solid, but I don't know if he's going to be that guy throughout the entire season. Whereas now Philly has three bona fide players that can create their own shots. They have, of course, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and now Jimmy Butler. Markelle Fultz also can create his own shot. They still do need some more shooting, which they probably will address as the season goes on, just like they did last year. So I think this puts them in a pretty good spot to secure one of those top four seeds in the East. While this clearly makes Minnesota a surefire lottery team, they don't have a chance. Right now they're 4-9 and looking worse by the day. So we'll see what happens here, but that's the latest news in the NBA today. Jimmy Butler's been traded to the 76ers, and he'll be a free agent this summer. They expect to try to re-sign him there. I think that he probably will have he'll probably will want to stay there unless something catastrophic happens in Philadelphia, because that is a pretty good situation. All their stars are pretty young, and they do have slot to add at least one more max player. But that's what we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning into this quick edition of The Pull-Up. Again, I am Tony Ramsey. Look forward to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.